This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Erica Cobb, what day is today?
It's Friday.
That's right, July 19th. We are live. Stephanie giggled at that. She liked it.
I liked it.
And we're talking about what you're talking about. Right now, I'm here with Erica and Stephanie. I'm Jeff. Brandon has the night off, that lucky guy.
Good for him.
What a good guy. All right, tonight we have a rare insight into Meghan McCain's personal life. In an op-ed for the New York Times, she opens up about having a miscarriage, and she calls it, quote, a horrendous experience, and says she wouldn't wish it upon anyone. She writes, quote, this is my fault. I blame myself. Perhaps it was wrong of me to choose to be a professional woman working in a high-pressure, high-visibility, high-stress field. I feel bad for Meghan McCain. I feel bad for anyone this happens to, but it's not her fault. You know what I mean? I get that she thinks it is with the stress, but these things just happen, and it's sad.
You know, to me, it speaks to the human side, because when you're talking about someone like Meghan McCain and The View, or even us, like what we do, like, this isn't an act. We're real people, and the fact is, like, things go down, and when things go down, it doesn't matter that they went down, because once that camera goes on, you have to be on. And people were speculating as to why she wasn't on the show, talking about all the things that don't matter. And really, she's at home dealing with a real life tragedy and a real life loss. It's like anytime you might be any of us could be going through something, and we're putting it on for the show.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone calls and they're like, well, everything's perfect with you. Why can't you blah, blah, blah? It's like, well, things aren't perfect with me. I still have the same things going on you do, except no one's coming to you and watching you for 5 hours a day to make sure that you're, you know, alive and well.
Yeah, I mean, we know it all too well, for real.
I think it's really sad, and just I send my condolences. I can't imagine what she must be feeling, what she must be going through. The loss of any child is like just absolutely horrendous. But she shouldn't blame herself.
Right.
I mean, obviously with her job, there's going to be a lot of pressure, and certain ways she feels like she has to look and act and hold herself. But she should never, no one should ever hold themselves responsible for
That's what I was trying to say. She has already a lot of pressure on herself with her career.
Exactly.
You can't put the miscarriage of your child on top of that as well. You know.
I understand, though. I completely understand, because sometimes you feel like you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Well, we wish her the best. All right, guys. We also have new details on the Duchess of Sussex. People report that Meghan Markle is struggling with the intensity of the spotlight. A source close to the royal household tells people, quote, although she is a former actress, this is on a different level. So again, we're just going right back to the same story almost, without a miscarriage, obviously, but it's the stress of being on TV. People think celebrities are these perfect people that exist and they have no problems and they're rich and their life is all, I don't know the term.
Unicorns and fairies.
There you go. I had a rainbow in there somewhere. But yeah, and it's not true. They're regular people that go through everyday things that you and I go through.
And also, we go through, I say we're obviously not famous like Meghan Markle, but people will write in and say really nasty things, and then they pretend to be really lovely to your face. Like, Jeff experiences this all the time. It is crazy. Whenever I'm out and about with Jeff, he's bombarded with people, and he's like, I guarantee if I look him or her up, they're one of the people that write all the nasty comments. So I can't imagine what it must be like to be Meghan Markle, because let's be honest, yes, she was famous before, but this is a whole other level of fame. Being a royal member of the family, like, of England, like, oh my gosh, she can't even pick her own nail polish.
So how, give us a difference, because you know what it's like to live in both countries, as opposed to being an American celebrity and as opposed to being a royal. Is that two completely different things?
Oh, completely different. So let's say you're a regular celebrity, you still have some control over your life. You know, you can decide if you do and don't want to be seen. You can decide what you want to wear, how you want to portray yourself. You know, you can be sultry like Miley Cyrus, or you can choose to have whatever message you want to portray to the world. She does not have that choice. She's no longer an individual in England's eyes. She belongs to the country now.
Wow.
It's not right, and I'm not saying she should, but she can't even pick literally her own nail varnish, her hairstyle. Her clothes have to constantly be a certain way. She can't just go out and speak and say whatever she wants. She has to have bodyguards around her constantly. This is a whole other ball game. This isn't just I'm famous and I've been asked for a photograph. Her life's in danger every single day solely because she's married to Harry. It's a whole other ball game.
I would like to just go on record and say that I was the one who said I do not envy her position from day one when it was announced that she was engaged to Harry. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy and like, oh, you're just saying that. No, we're about the same age. If someone came to me and told me from this point forward, especially after she's been through a divorce, she's clearly had some issues in her family, she was just coming to the woman that she was going to become. And now someone's coming in and telling her who to be and how to be it. I wouldn't do that for all the monarch in the monarchy.
And you would?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's fair. No, all the royal jewels in the London Tower Bridge. You don't want them.
Not every single jewel. Nah, you can keep them.
And plus, nobody's telling Erica Cobb what color nail varnish.
I was going to say, can you imagine telling this woman how to have her nails?
Well,
You'll get your eyes poked out.
Maybe you could pick two.
All right, guys, are there any big movies that you guys haven't seen? Because I know there's some for me. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie are opening up to the ones they missed. Let's check it out.
Gone with the Wind or Sound of Music. I've never seen it.
I have never seen Sound of Music.
What? I've never seen any Star Wars, and I kind of don't watch it now just because it infuriates people so much. Like, how have you never watched any Star Wars?
Ooh, who doesn't watch Star Wars? Steph, is there any movie that...
I've never seen any Star Wars.
Really? Not one?
Not one Star Wars.
Not even like flipping through the channels?
I know what it is to look at it, but I've never ever watched a Star Wars ever, and I've got no desire. And that's why when everyone's like, oh, is it Chewbacca? Chewbacca.
Chewbacca?
That cute thing. I mean, he tempted me a little bit, but nah, I'm not interested.
How about you, Erica? Is there a movie you haven't seen?
Oh, there's plenty of movies I haven't seen, Jeff. Thanks for asking.
Like a big one?
Avatar, I guess, is like the movie that people...
That was huge.
That was huge, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, but I...
You're not interested?
No.
I hear
It was beautiful.
No. What about you?
You know what? I'll see them sometime down the road having two young boys, but the Avengers movies, I haven't seen any of them. I've seen the individual ones, like I've seen Iron Man and different ones, but I haven't seen the Avengers all together.
Oh, that's going to be in your very near future.
For sure.
Huh.
On repeat.
Sure. More importantly, have you seen Roots?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
cute.
My mom used to have all on VHS taped off the television. I remember in the little cabinet to the right of our TV that you have to change the dial. She had them all, like 13 of them.
Hey, Erica, I have no idea what Roots
Ma,
is.
you remember that? You know what I'm talking about.
Roots was the story of enslaved family.
Oh.
And it was chronicling. Now it's interesting because people my age are like, why were all of our movies about slavery? But at the time, our parents were like, it's important for you to watch because it was an idea that you would preserve history, and Alex Haley. It's a whole thing. But also, Mandingo and Let the Circle Be Unbroken were also two big movies that we were made to watch as well.
All right. Good to know.
I'm back to my roots.
All right, guys, Eddie Murphy is ready to make a comeback in stand-up comedy. Let's get up to Raquel Villanueva. She has details at the moment.
He sure is, Jeff. Eddie Murphy hasn't done a stand-up show in years, but Netflix is ready to pay some big bucks to get him back on stage. Right now, he's looking at a $70 million deal, according to TMZ, all for a series of comedy specials, and that number isn't too far off from the contracts of other legendary comedians. Dave Chappelle made a reported $60 million for his shows, and Chris Rock scored $40 million. So, DBL Nation, are you excited for a comeback?
I'm excited. Thanks, Raquel. I'm excited because I love Eddie Murphy.
Do you?
I love Coming to America. It's one of my top 5 movies easily. But he set the bar so high in his stand-up and so high with Coming to America, and now he's doing both again. That's a pretty high bar to surpass.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm not saying he wasn't funny. A lot of his movies and shows have been hilarious. But times have moved on a little bit, and will his humor still be amusing now?
I hope so. That's what I'm worried about. I hope it is.
That's a good question.
I mean, it was funny when I was like 13, but you know.
Well, that's when he was in that part of his life, like Dr. Dolittle and
Yes.
what are the other
What
ones?
was it, Flubber? Was it Flubber? Oh,
Yeah.
I loved Flubber.
Yeah, that was a different part of his career. The Eddie Murphy
Dr.
stand-up
Liz.
is a little bit different than Dr. Dolittle, just for the record.
Oh my gosh, I actually called my dog Buddy. I wonder if it was subliminally because I loved Buddy Love in Flubber so much.
Listen, if your bar is Flubber, he's going to surpass it. Okay, so I think you're going to like Eddie Murphy's new stuff. All right, guys, before we go, you guys got to see this video of Tom Brady. It has New England Patriots fans going crazy. Let's watch. All right. Well, that's Tom Brady. Of course, people don't like him jumping off of things when he's your 40-year-old quarterback. And we also have a flub. That was Robin Williams.
Yeah,
You're
I got
thinking
it
of the
wrong.
Nutty Professor, but I was here.
Yeah, because
with
he was
that.
drinking the potion and then he turned. But anyway, I don't see what the big deal with this is.
What?
This man just jumped off a cliff. I'm looking more with the daughter. That would not be my
Okay,
child.
she jumped.
That would not be my
She
child.
jumped at a very peculiar angle.
Yeah, because that is super dangerous. Everybody's talking about him. I'm looking at her.
It's not dangerous.
She's
He-
all
Are you
right.
serious? What if
It's okay.
she hesitated and he grabbed her and she didn't get out far
That's
enough?
why he got her out. He got her
Yeah,
out
I guess
there.
so. I mean, I'd have preferred without the yanking arm, but I'm not
Listen,
going
you
to lie. Me
can't
and
be
my
a champion
dad did a lot of
without
stuff like
taking
that
some
all the time.
risks. That's what I'm saying.
Take a risk with Yola.
Jada Pinkett Smith is blowing everyone away. You won't believe this new photo she posted. Stephanie has all the details in Fashion Fix Friday coming up. Plus new music Friday. All the hot tracks. Whoa. You need to hear it to get the weekend started.
Well, because I'm a super scaredy cat, that's why. Yes, I don't care about him being a quarterback and jumping off a cliff, but to pull the child out, like, that could have gone very wrong. Very wrong.
I think it was fine. He was jumping off. It looked like there was plenty of room, but he just made sure he pulled out to make sure there was plenty of room.
But she didn't want to do it.
She was up there. She wanted to do it.
Remember we just had that story about the girl who didn't want to do it once she got
that's
up
why
there, and then
social
she got
media,
pushed.
like if he just would have never recorded that, just go have fun with your family, nobody knows. Now everyone's going to be commenting and criticizing and Deflategate.
Yeah.
Here comes Tom Brady throwing kids off of buildings. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it gets crazy.
Yes.
You don't
that
think
is
you're going to do
dangerous.
stuff? You did crazy stuff. You know the things I used to do when I was a kid?
You did them as a boy.
You
Like,
know what I
you
mean?
made those decisions based on your undeveloped brain.
You know what I
this
mean?
is a man with his daughter.
Do you know how
who
many
didn't wanna
mountains I'm going to
jump.
throw my children off of?
Oh my
Plenty. Plenty.
Hopefully you'll record it.
Yeah.
And I'll record them all for you guys. Thanks for watching.
We are now 1 minute.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones, and it's time for Fashion Fix Friday. Yeah, let's kick it off with Jada Pinkett Smith rocking this itsy bitsy green bikini. The talk show host joined in on the viral hot girl summer trend where people post fierce summery selfies, and here's why I love it. Jada is 47 years old. This is proof that there's no age limit when it comes to rocking a bikini. She looks amazing. And let's give a big birthday shout out to Priyanka Chopra. The fashion icon turned 37 yesterday. Between movie premieres, her week-long wedding to Nick Jonas, and magazine covers, she always manages to serve up some fierce looks. Like this sheer black polka dot dress, which is classy and casual at the same time. And you guys can steal her look for only $42 at needsupply.com. And we can't leave out her trench coat dress from the 2017 Met Gala. I mean, obviously not as grand, but I found a similar dress at Nordstrom Rack for less than $40. I know your wallet can thank me later. And my favorite Priyanka look, the classic floral dress. Steal this always classy look for only $40. Dreamy. Now for my what the fashion moment of the week. As you guys know, the trailer for Cats dropped, and perhaps stranger than the human hybrid cat people is what the cats are wearing. Let's start with Cat Taylor Swift. She's seen only wearing her high heels, but other cats are wearing clothes. So does that mean that Tay-Tay was naked? And can cats still land on all fours in their heels? I have so many questions. And we have Jennifer Hudson. I mean, look at that outfit. It is fur on fur on fur. What animal is her fur jacket made of? I hope it's not another kitty cat. That would make things get really dark and horrible. And saving the most horrendous cat look for last. Fellow Brit James Corden, I mean, where to begin? Besides the obvious comparison to the Batman villain, the Penguin, as portrayed by Danny DeVito. But can Cat James Corden manage to blend magician with circus ringleader with also wearing no pants? I don't even know what is going on. I've got absolutely no words. Yeah, that's been another edition of Fashion Fix Friday. And we know it's almost the weekend, but stick around because we've got the perfect jams to end your Friday.
Welcome, Beauty Blasters. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and today I want to give you guys a quick pro tip on how to use eye cream. Now, there's so many eye creams out there, but when you're doing your makeup and you want to make sure that your eye look is staying all day, sometimes it's great to use an eye prep cream. Now, with this guy, this is one of my personal favorites. It's the MAC Fast Response Eye Cream. It's caffeinated and it has hyaluronic acid to make sure that we're hydrating the eye, but also taking away any additional puff that might be chilling there. Whether you're working late, whether you're partying, doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, it's gonna take away all your little dirty sins, alrighty? Now, what we're going to do is just simply take a little bit, maybe like a pea-sized amount. Ooh, it's gonna come out. That's all you need there, guys. You don't want to overdo it around the eye because if we put too much product there, it can actually create more texture and more weight from too much weight being on that thin little skin. And all you want to do is actually take your ring finger. We use this guy because it has the least amount of pressure for using against that gentle skin area and tap right against your eye. Now, personally, there's a lot of different massage methods out there, but I like to take it from my inner corner and tap outwards. If you're getting a little risque out there, you can tap upwards right underneath the brow, and any additional can go right around the lips to help prep and keep the lips nice and hydrated and wrinkle free. Okay, guys, another quick tip that you can actually use this guy for is removing little mess up wings or eyeliner looks, okay? All you do is take a little bit, maybe like a quarter of a pea-sized amount on a Q-tip and clean up right against that wing liner for any dots or lines that you might have messed up on. One more thing you can actually do too is use that for lip liner as well for perfected clean lip liner without having to restart and make that line way bigger. So let me know how this tip works for you guys. It's once again MAC Fast Response Eye Cream and it's magical. Go ahead and write me in at Jeray for the Slay on any social media platforms or comment right.
Welcome back to DBL. It's Friday, so you know what time it is.
Friday!
Of course everybody answered that. Queen Bee just dropped another album plus new tracks from Sam Smith and Miranda Lambert. So we're going to play a little game, okay? You guys ready? We're going to listen to each of the songs and then we'll rate them with a yes.
Yes.
Or a
meh.
There you go. That's how we play. You guys ready to play at home? We're ready to play over here. Here we go. Let's begin with the new companion album to the Lion King soundtrack, all produced by Queen Bee. The song everyone is talking about features her daughter, Blue Ivy. It's called Brown Skin Girls. Let's take a listen. That's a summer jam right there.
That is.
So we going one at a time? What are we giving it?
I'm giving it a yes. Yes. I liked it. I think it's good.
Better.
I'm never good at making that noise. I'll leave it to Erica.
It's definitely a yas for me because this is the most included in a song I felt since Mambo No. 5 said they need a little Erica in their life.
All right, well, I like my job, so I'm never going against Beyonce. Yeah. There we go. It was a good song. I'm not just saying that. All right, guys, next up, Sam Smith's new soulful single, The British Crooner, dances his feelings away in his new music video, How Do You Sleep? And it's reminding us all a lot of George Michael. Let's take a listen.
I love this. I can't even
It got me at the end there. It got me at the end there. Go ahead, Steph. What do you
This
think?
is a yes, 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 Sam Smith.
You got to make the sound.
Yeah, Sam Smith.
right, there you
George
go.
Michael, next one. Woo.
The next George Michael?
Oh, yeah, it was fabulous.
All
The
right.
sheer shirt, the dancing, the voguing.
The cummerbunds?
The cummerbuns
That was
are
it. Bringing it
yes,
back.
It's a definite yas for me.
All right.
Yas.
I'm going to make it 3 in a row because that was a yas. The dance at the end
That
got
was
me.
everything.
Yeah.
That got me.
I love
I'm be
that.
doing that all weekend.
Just so you know, our very own Tori Shulman, who's part of the show, we did that earlier, and she did a little dance, and he liked it. He
And
liked
that
the
is
video.
so cool.
Yeah,
She's
so that
doing
was
well.
pretty
She's
cool.
having Pink. She's got Sam Smith. She's
Yeah,
on
what's
a
going
roll.
on?
Tori's doing
We
well.
need to get our dance moves on, maybe a little bit in access here.
Need to
All right,
work
guys,
on it.
let's get to our last track. Miranda Lambert released 2 new singles off of her upcoming album, and we're checking out the song It All Comes Out in the Wash, which Miranda says is a reminder that bad times do pass. Let's listen. There you go. I like it too. But what do you think, Steph?
I'm gonna say it's a soft yes.
It's just like a yeah.
It's not like a hard yes. I'm living for this, but I appreciate it. It's all right.
All right. We're not
I
being
was
very
on the
judgy.
fence. I was on the fence, but I'm gonna give it a yas because anytime he goes, you know, you gotta love that.
And Erica knows country music. So
Yes, she does.
I'm
Used
not
to be DJ.
exactly an aficionado, but yes.
And because she looks just like my wife, I have to go, yeah. Man, that was a trifecta. We didn't put anybody down.
No. We've got
It's
some
the
good
summer,
music.
like artists tend to release better music in the summer. It's just a thing.
And I feel like
Just a thing.
everyone's in a better mood as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
good job to all those artists. We'll be right back, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Years since the lunar landing, on July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first humans to step foot on the moon. Most people can remember exactly where they were watching it all unfold. And today, we're looking into the future by talking to Carl Jones. Thank you for joining us today, Carl. So,
no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Now, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, but what can we expect from NASA moving forward?
From NASA, the biggest things that are on the horizon are the launch of Americans from U.S. soil for the first time since the shuttle's been retired via the Boeing CST-100. And then after that, we set our sights on going to Mars, but the first stop is going to be Moon, and so we have the Artemis program and the Gateway program that are going to basically set the way for that for us to go to Mars later on. So the Gateway program is basically going to be a launch point, the International Space Station, but not as big. And it's going to be basically a kind of a launch point. So we'll launch spacecraft from here like we normally do. They'll go to the Gateway, and then they'll take lunar landers from the Gateway down to the surface of the Moon. And then later on, once we actually start exploring Mars, it'll be basically kind of an intergalactic, gas station of sorts as a stopping point before they go further. 50 years ago, our biggest goal was to just get to the moon and then bring them back home safely. So now we're trying to actually go to the moon and establish a sustainable environment there, get a base going, and then test a lot of technology that we currently don't understand in order to go to Mars or to go to Mars for a long duration space travel. Right now, we don't understand how the human body reacts or how we could, how astronauts would do in a long duration mission. So a lot of those things we can use on the moon first before we start doing that and start sending humans that far away.
If they had volunteers to go to Mars, would you be one of them?
Yes, absolutely. I've always wanted to go to Mars. Honestly, that has been a lifelong dream of mine. I watch all kinds of movies about it. Obviously, The Martian, this has been a dream to work here, so I would 100% go to Mars. Depending on where the Earth and Mars are in relation to each other, it can take anywhere from about 6 months to 2 years.
Well, I can't wait to watch all those unfold next 5 years. Fingers crossed to be there and see the launches.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Carl.
Of course, thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. Steph, we love when we read comments, don't we?
Oh, we love all the comments.
We love
yes.
them in an English accent.
Okay, right. So we were talking obviously about Meghan Markle and her life as a celeb. And April P says it was Meghan's choice to marry into royalty. She doesn't feel sorry for us all. We talked about how she can't even pick her own nail polish. And Cheryl Hannah on Facebook wrote in saying, "Well, Erica, I'm loving your lavender nail polish."
Oh, thank you, Cheryl.
She's got
Appreciate it, girl.
What'd you call it? Nail
varnish.
Nail varnish. There you go. All right, guys,
Nailed
we'll be
it.
back same time, same place on Monday. Here's that Sam Smith song to start your weekend off right. Have a good one.